everybody listening, and welcome to episode 25 of the Take It With a Grain of Sand podcast. We're your hosts, Mickey P.
And Ricky P.
And we've got a show that is just sublime. That's a word you don't hear much. It's sublime.
What does that mean?
It means it's great.
Okay.
Alright, we got... Can I just introduce the segments, Ricky?
Okay.
We got 3 segments for you today, of course. We've got a brand new segment. You gotta keep on listening to hear that. We got another business idea segment.
Yes.
And a staple of the Take It With a Grain of Sand podcast, a stand-up comedy segment with yours truly, Mickey P.
Yep, of course.
I think it's a great show.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be hands down one of the greatest episodes. But enough talking. Without further ado, let's get started with the first segment. And welcome to a new segment called Taking Music Lyrics to Literally. And I don't know what to think of it.
You know, Ricky, we talked about having this segment at the very beginning of the podcast, and we were just coming up with ideas. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely remember that.
It's just, kind of forgot about it. So I want this to be like a new thing, like we start like really listening to song lyrics and kind of pick up on some things that if you're taking it too literally, it might not make sense. I think it'd be kind of fun.
All right.
So I got 2 songs. All right. So the first one, a classic by Ariana Grande, called Side to Side. Are you familiar with this song? It's also featuring Nicki Minaj.
No.
You don't know Side to Side?
No.
No, you got me working side to side.
Nope, never heard of it.
Oh, geez, well, we can't play it, because then we'll be demonetized. I bet the listeners know exactly what I'm talking about. This song was incredibly popular. It was huge. It was during, like, both of their peaks. Well, maybe not Ariana's, but, like, Nicki Minaj's peak. I haven't really been hearing about a lot of great things about Nicki Minaj lately, but, this was back when she was just pumping out the hits. I think it was about around the time she did like Anaconda, something like that. I don't really know. But this song with these 2 superstars was very popular. But my problem with the song is in verse 1.
All right.
We're right at the beginning of the song. I mean, after she does the hook one time. Ariana says, "I'm talking to you." I'm not gonna sing. Let me just get this straight. That's as much singing as I'm gonna do, because I cannot sing. I'm also not warmed up. I have not done my scales or my arpeggios or any of my vocal exercises. So I would just be embarrassing myself to sit here and try to sing like Ariana Grande. Okay? That's
all right.
That's the disclaimer.
just say the lyrics, no singing.
Okay. So it says, "I'm talking to you. See you standing over there with your body. Feeling like I want to rock with your body." Does that make sense to you? See you standing over there with your body? How else can I stand there, Ariana? Without my body?
Oh, I get it.
See you standing over there with your body?
Yeah, she's a ghost, and she possessed you, and now it's standing, like, right across the room from you.
Right. She's a ghost. That's all That's the only logical explanation for this lyric.
Yeah, definitely.
Ariana is the ghost of who? Whitney Houston? She died.
I guess you could interpret it as any other ghost.
I guess she would just be the ghost of herself. So she died, and
Yes.
it's her ghost seeing you standing over there with your body. She wants to hop in and possess because
Yes.
she wants a physical body again.
Yes.
That actually makes a whole lot of sense. Hmm. That's truly the only logical conclusion. I see no other way to interpret this lyric, especially when it says, feeling like I want to rock with your body. She wants to hop into your body and perform rock music
Yes.
because she's a singer. This is just all coming together. This makes so much sense. Okay, so she sees you, she's a ghost.
Yeah.
You've you've got a perfect body for her to possess,
Yes.
and she
Okay.
wants to use it to finally perform the rock music she never got to do when she was alive.
Exactly. You're getting it now.
Wow, I feel so much more connected to the song. This makes all
All
the
right.
sense in the world.
Okay.
All right. 'Cause I was just thinking, like, how else can I be there with my body? I can't. How can you stand there without your body, though?
I mean, you're possessed.
Oh Lord, there's a plane going by. Y'all try to ignore that. Um, yeah, you can't stand there without your body.
Yeah.
So the only logical explanation is that she wants to possess you. This is a song
Yes.
about Ariana Grande wanting to possess my body so that she can become a rock star.
Yes.
All right, I think we got to the bottom of that.
Okay. Any other lyrics?
I have one more song. I don't know if you're familiar with this one, Ricky. There's a song called Look Alive by Block Boy featuring Drake. Have you heard this one?
Oh, come on. I definitely heard this one.
For the audience, I mean, this was also super popular. Honestly, it was just as popular side to side. I don't know what Ricky's problem is, but this was super popular. Um, if you're not familiar, it goes 901 Shelby Drive, look alive, look alive. Now, if you don't know it by now, yeah, you're hopeless and you need to listen to it. Like, if that didn't spark, like, you're not hearing the song in your head right now after I just sang that, then I don't know what to say. You gotta know the song. But the lyric that I want to speak on in this segment is from Block Boy. What's his name? Block Boy JP?
Fuckboy JB,
Block Boy
I believe.
JB. So he says this particular lyric. All right. Pull up with that Draco. Play that Drake and I'ma shoot. My weapon be an instrument. I'll blow you like a flute. Are you familiar with this lyric, Ricky?
Yes, I am.
This one, every time I hear the song, it really just makes me raise my eyebrows, kind of scratch my head. Because he says, my weapon be an instrument, I'll blow you like a flute. Now, I know in rap music, you talk about guns and weapons and killing sometimes. right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, sometimes.
And there's a lot of euphemisms for shooting people and committing murder. There's so many. One of them is saying, I'm gonna blow you away, or someone got blown away. That means they got shot
Yes.
fatally, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a common phrase. But he says, my weapon be an instrument, I'll blow you like a flute. A flute. Now, how do you blow a flute, Ricky? Because I'm pretty sure you blow a flute with your mouth.
Uh Means like I'm trying to think like
You don't you blow a flute with your mouth?
yeah, yes you do, but I'm trying to think how you can actually kill people with that method. Like uh darts. Sometimes you can actually shoot darts out of this like tube. So you just actually just blow it once. But instead of like the needles, like tranquilizers, you put like bullets in the
Oh,
circular thing, and that's how you kill people.
you're trying to get him out of this.
Yeah.
No,
What's wrong with that?
he said I'll blow you like a flute. I'll blow you like a flute. You blow a flute with your mouth. He wants to blow you with his mouth. That's what he said, Ricky.
Oh my god.
This is the lyric.
Yeah, I hear it.
His weapon be an instrument, he'll blow you like a flute. He said a flute. Of all instruments he could have said.
I mean, flute is kind of catchy. I mean, what? I'm gonna blow you like a trumpet?
That's still the same problem. We gotta get out of the wind section. Maybe I'll play you like a guitar.
No, no, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I think he could have come up with something better for this one. Or maybe this is exactly what he meant to say. Maybe he
Maybe.
was trying to make subtle hints to being in the closet. And that's okay with me.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm okay with it too. But I still don't really think that that's what he meant.
If that's not what he meant, then he's just a dummy and doesn't know how you play a flute.
Uh-uh.
That you
I
blow a
mean that
flute
that
with
could
your
be.
mouth.
I mean that could be a possibility. I mean,
I mean, this doesn't even sound fatal. How can your
but I
weapon.
still think he. I mean, I still think he was referring to like a gun or something. Still like
Hmm.
blow you away.
I know that that's
It's kind
what the phrase usually is, but he doesn't say I'll blow
yeah.
you away like a flute. He says I'll blow you like a flute. Right, Ricky?
Yeah, yeah, that's what he said.
He could have said my weapon be an instrument. I'll blow you to death like a flute. My weapon be an instrument. I'll blow you away like a flute. He didn't say these extra words. He said I'll blow you like a flute. All right. This is the lyric.
Okay.
We're taking it. Are you missing the whole point of this segment?
No, I'm not.
We have to take it too literally. He says, I'll
Yeah,
blow you like a flute. There's only
yeah,
one interpretation of that.
and I'm finding several interpretations.
No, there's just this one. It's a homoerotic lyric.
Nah, I never interpreted it as that.
That's
Ever.
that's the only interpretation I've ever thought of every single time I hear the song. What
Hmm.
other interpretations could there be?
Like the one I just explained.
No, that didn't make any sense. What else you got?
Uh, um, if you give me at least 30 minutes, I can think of something.
Right, we don't have 30 minutes of recording right now. Yeah, you can't come up with nothing.
Yeah, I can come up with something like 30 minutes.
No 30 minutes. You have to come up with something right now.
Ah,
My weapon be an
I can't
instrument.
come.
I'll blow you like a flute.
I can't come up with something right now.
Then it's just
Just
it's Block Boy coming out to the audience. I what else is left?
nothing.
There's nothing. And yeah, also the next line, I don't have the whole song pulled up. I only got this little part of it. But then it says, bad word, play so he feeling it.
What?
That's the next lyric. Play so he feeling it.
Uh, um.
I think we haven't been, this is supposed to be taking song lyrics too literally and looking at things at a very surface level. But now I'm starting to think that there's a deeper meaning here.
Okay.
There's something more to Look Alive by Blockboy JB than we ever even thought. And I urge all the listeners, if you haven't listened to this song in a while, to give it a listen and let's see if we can come up with some more examples of this type of lyric because I'm starting to think that the whole thing might be sus, as the young people say. I don't know if that's the proper use of that, but that's what I'm
Nope.
saying. It might be sus. And it just to conclude this segment, always remember to take song lyrics too literally because it's more fun this way. And if your weapon be an instrument, only blow you like a flute with consent.
All right. Uh, true notes to take from Mickey P. Right here.
All right, so for this segment, we're going to do another business idea. But on this one, Ricky actually has an idea. I want you to take it away. What's
Yep.
your idea for this one, Ricky?
Okay, so this happened. I would say a couple weeks ago. No, Michaela or Mickey and I. We go to this one barber.
Mm-hmm.
She met him first, and then I just kind of went along.
Yeah,
Really great barber.
I started going to him because I decided I wanted an undercut. This was like what 6, 7 years ago now? It's been a while.
Yeah.
I started going to him like right after high school and yeah, and he's a great guy, great barber. So I started bringing him with me, and then we both go to the same guy.
Yeah. But there's just something I just really been kind of really thinking. You know, every single barbershop, and it's like all of it's just kind of basically the same thing. Like all of it is like masculine. There's just a lot of like sports being put on TV. You know, it's like sports teams. There is this barbershop that he also works in because he's like an in person like appointment type barber. Like
What do you mean
sometimes he
in
actually works at his
person?
house.
Obviously, he's in person. You can't be a
I mean,
remote
yeah, in
barber.
person. No, what I meant is like appointment type of guy,
He is an appointment type of guy.
like that.
He'll take walk-ins, but he prefers appointments.
Yeah, and like he has this like little garage that he works at his house, and like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he actually also works at my local Walmart,
Yeah.
and it's like that.
He,
It's like
he,
that Walmart and the his shop. It has a little bit of a similar thing to it. It's
mm-hmm.
like there's just so much more dominant towards males,
Well, the thing is
and
that
it's like I get
when
that.
he's at his house, it's not so much like that.
Like yeah, that's the thing.
It's
It's like only like a little bit.
like sometimes he'll have like just music playing, and it's not really like because it's just him and us in there, and we're not that much into sports to talk about it. So then it's not like this male dominant energy like that. But at the shop, ugh.
Like, I mean, for real. For me, I don't really mind it too much. I mean, except for when I play football. I'm not really much of a football guy. I'm more of a basketball guy than a football guy. But it's like, it just always makes me wonder, like, what about the female side? Because, like, honestly, it's probably not that much, but it's like, there are some, like, females that have short hair, like Mickey, and they get their haircuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, why not have both genders? It's like, we could just focus on, having it to where everyone can actually just go in and just feel comfortable just sitting around waiting. And that's just another thing with like salons also. Because now salons, it's pretty much the opposite. It's geared more towards the female demographic. Probably due to the fact that they have long hair. But it's like with the guy demographic, sometimes they have hair similar to a female's hair. So like I just want this idea to where we have just a unisex barbershop and like salon type stuff. So where, just play like just normal adult stuff. Probably similar to ones that you actually or probably similar like things that you actually play like on the TV. So that you see like when you're going to the dentist. And for the shop, there's a it's a little bit hard to explain. Like I don't want the walls to just be like plain. Like it actually has to be something in to attract customers. But it's like the decorations just be standard, you know, part where both genders enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And no one feels left out.
So you just want more inclusivity.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I can get behind this idea because as a woman that goes to the barber shop, I do feel pretty excluded. It is very male dominated energy. Like it's not just what's on TV, it's the attitude. So when we go to the shop, there's like there's two other barbers in there. They're both men, and they talk about men's stuff. Like they talk about sports, they talk about women, and it's like I
Yep.
can't be part of this conversation. So
Yep.
it's not just the fact that they always have sports. They got three TVs in there, all of them playing sports. And so there's that. I don't really care about sports. So there's that part, but then there's also this other side. It's it's the people themselves that make it exclusive to for women that want to get their hair cut. But the only issue I have with making it more inclusive is how many people does this actually affect? Because, I am a woman that goes to the barber shop, but I think that a lot of other women that get their hair cut short still go to the salon. I think that's where I differ from most women, like even women that keep their hair really short, you know?
Yeah.
They just go to the salon and they have the hairdresser get the clippers and cut their hair. Like it won't even I don't think a lot of women care about having a fade. I like getting a fade. I think it looks really good on me. And it can be hard to find. I didn't really care to find a hairdresser that does it because a barber is cheaper and he does exactly what I want. So it's like, why look for a hairdresser when I can just go to the barber? But I don't think a lot of hairdressers even really do that. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I first got my haircut like this, it was from a hairdresser, and she did it a few times, and it was always just a really flat cut, and it wasn't exactly like it looked good, but it wasn't exactly what I
Mm,
wanted, which was a little more detail and a fade
okay.
basically, like, and that's just wasn't her specialty, so she wasn't gonna
Yeah.
cut my hair like that, so I decided to go to a barber. But I don't think that a lot of women make that choice. Like, have we ever even seen another woman in there getting her hair cut like that?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen it, so I don't know if this really happens so much. So maybe inclusive barber, maybe we're not at that point. Now, for the
Mm,
hair salons, I think that that could be more inclusive because there are, like, when men get their hair long, they're not going to a barber shop.
mm,
They're going to the
no.
salon at that point. So it
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
so
That's.
making the salons less female dominated and more inclusive makes a lot of sense, especially if they want something special done like color or they want it like washed and stuff. You gotta go to the salon because barbers don't do all of that. It's not full service like what they do at salons. So I think that having salons be more inclusive makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Of course.
Although I would like more inclusivity at barber shops. What if we even went 100%? Like you're talking about like 50% on both sides. What if we went a hundred
Yeah.
percent and just had more like what if there was a barber shop for women?
Barbershop. Hmm.
Just a barber shop for women. What if it was like female barbers and women come and get their hair cut and it's like they're actually barbers, like they can do true like barber style haircuts, not just a flat cut like at the salon. And they got like they'll have Bravo TV on. I'm talking they got the old episodes of Keeping Up the Kardashians on. They got like Real Housewives or like whatever it is that women watch.
Wow.
They got like that kind of
I could.
stuff on, and we can talk about
Yeah.
like men and yeah, there's like a whole female energy, but it's a barber shop.
Actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I could totally see that.
That I would love to go to that. Man, that would be a lot of fun, a place where I can really be involved in the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. And once again, just like the previous episode, keep in mind we are not going to trademark the
No.
ideas. So people, like, if you or like entrepreneurs or something, please just take the idea,
Hmm.
hopefully, it's not gonna actually, probably not really gonna start off really good, but sooner or later, it's probably gonna catch.
I would really like if someone would take these ideas and do them, either unisex or barbershops for women. I don't know how well that's gonna do. I think that just like the fun funerals idea that I had, this idea would require a whole cultural shift towards more women having very short hair or undercuts. The
Yeah,
business wouldn't even work in today's current state. Like there's just not enough for it to keep the business going. Like I'm not gonna get my hair cut enough to keep the lights on in the barber shop for women. There would have to be a decent amount of other women that want this. And I mean I
yeah,
know that
and
there's some out there, especially in the lesbian community, that get
yep,
their hair cut short and maybe they go to barber shops. I mean, it might be possible, but we need someone to start it up and we need a shift towards more women with short hair. I mean, just look at Saweetie.
yes,
Remember Saweetie? I don't know if she still cuts her hair short, but I remember seeing her like no hair. You remember that?
oh yeah, yeah,
She
I can't remember
she
her.
had like very short hair. Like it basically looked like yours. Just very low. And it looked cool.
Yeah, I
And
did.
let me tell you something, ladies listening. It's so much easier. It's so much easier. If you have long hair, you know it takes so much to take care of it. Having less hair is so much easier. It's really just one less thing to deal with. Like that was the biggest thing I noticed when I got my hair cut. It was like, wow, it's so much faster. Like when I flat iron it every now and then. I used to flat iron my longer hair. It was still pretty short, but at least I had hair. Unlike now. And I used to flat iron and go through all this whole process. And then I cut it short and I kept flat ironing it, just, the long part on the top. And it was like less than half the time. I could do it so quick. It was a night and day difference. And then you need less product, less time in the morning.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
It's just all around easier. Less bedhead. If all your hair is on the
Ah,
top, when you go to bed, you don't really mess up your hair as much. That's something else I've noticed. It's just all around
I never. Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah, think about it.
yeah.
You lay on the sides and back. You don't lay on the top of your head. So if you only have hair on the
No.
top, it's not even gonna get that messed up.
Yep.
You can, so a lot of times I fix my hair at night before I go to bed, and then it's already ready in the morning. It still looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Saves me time getting ready for work because it's not going to get messed up overnight. It's just all around better. We need a whole cultural shift towards it being more. It's because right now it's still like, well, you've got short hair and you're a woman. There's still a little bit of that. It's not like it used to be, of course. But there is still a little bit of
Yeah.
that, and you don't see a whole lot of women with very short hair. We need a cultural shift towards that. It's so bold and fierce and fun and so much easier and cheaper because you use less product. I want
Yep.
barber shops for women, and I want to see a lot of women in them. Ricky, you got me all fired up about this idea. This
Well, I mean,
this is great.
yeah, it is. Hello, and welcome back to another segment called Stand Up with Mickey P. For this segment, we're talking about knife violence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how this is gonna be funny, but just sit back and listen away.
Thank you, Ricky, for this lovely intro. Knife violence. All right. This concept came to me. I'm also not standing up. I'm doing stand-up comedy. I'm sitting on the couch. I'm not getting up for this one. I don't really feel like it.
Oh my god. Okay, sit down segment.
Yeah, all right. Sit down comedy with Mickey P. So this came to me from a coworker that told me, you know Idris Elba,
No.
the world famous actor,
Mm. I think
best.
of it. Actually, no. Oh, I do
Yeah,
recognize him.
he's best known for his acting and being handsome and British.
Yeah.
I can't name anything he was on besides The Office. I've never seen him in anything else. He does an amazing American accent. You would never have guessed that he's actually British. I really liked his
Okay.
character on The Office. But anyways, lately he's been a big advocate over in England for being anti-knife violence. And so apparently there's been a big uptick in stabbings there. It's very common to
Oh,
get stabbed, and that's because guns are pretty much illegal. It's very hard to get a gun there. I don't think even citizens are allowed to have them at all. Even the police don't have them. Like
no.
the police there don't have real guns. They You have to get like a SWAT team level of law enforcement to see a gun, a real gun over there. Like guns are super uncommon. This also comes to me because not too long ago, for the very first time, I watched this little movie called V is for Vendetta. Are you familiar with this, Ricky? I bet you haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, there's a couple of scenes in it where it like that it takes place in I think London or something, and there's a couple of scenes where the police show up. There's like some type of altercation, and they shoot rubber bullets. It's like to an American, it's the most ridiculous thing. It's so absurd. Like there's violent criminals, and they're shooting rubber bullets at the criminals, and it's like that's not that's not what happens here. You would have
Nope.
gotten shot for real, shot dead. So
Yep.
knife violence, all right, that's a huge issue over there that we just don't experience. We're experiencing gun violence real bad, right, over here in the good old USA.
Yep.
So
Especially in some cities.
here's the comedy. I had to do all that exposition. I got to give y'all some context for the comedy. Here's the comedy.
All right.
What's going on with getting stabbed? Why don't you just move out of the way? How do you get
Oh, like a quick sidestep.
just move? Because you think about it, okay, a gun, you could shoot a gun from a great distance and get shot, right? Like someone can be pretty
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
away from you, but a knife to kill you with a knife, you have to get up on someone to stab them. You have to let someone get pretty close to you, and you have to just stand there and get stabbed. Get stabbed. Just move. And it's also something people don't know is that it's actually pretty hard to kill a human with stabbing. It's not as easy as it seems. Like, unless you hit like a vital organ, then the person's still gonna, they're not gonna be fine, but they'll be alive and able to still
Yeah.
move from one stab. So how you get stabbed multiple times? Like you get stabbed once, you could just like move.
Yes.
Like why don't you just move over? How is knife violence such an issue?
I mean, it has to be like with groups or something. Like just more than one person.
I'm sure
No
it
way. It's
is.
gotta be like one.
I'm sure
Or
it's very common.
or it's like a sneak attack. You have to get the person when they least expect it. You just show them the knife, and there's no way you're gonna actually get the job done. They're already gone. They
Mhm.
ran away. It's like you have to do it by surprise, and no monologues.
No
They take too
monologues.
long. Yeah,
Yeah,
like what supervillains do.
I think that yeah, you are, but is everyone just getting sneak? Like, what are they doing? Are they just stabbing each other? Are they like, is it like muggings? I don't know what the details are. Or is it just like random stabbings the same way that we have random shootings? I don't really know what's going on over there. Maybe gang related. It's hilarious to think of gangs with only knives. Like
I
that's
mean,
not even scary.
drill rap in Britain does exist.
But do they talk about guns or do they talk about knives? Because that's all they know over there is knives.
I mean, they do talk about some type of violence over there. I don't know. I'm not really. Uh, I don't really have that big of a knowledge when it comes to British drill rap.
Yeah, neither do I. But what I do know is that a knife is not nearly as scary as a gun. Do you remember when there was this hilarious picture of security camera footage. There's a still image at a convenience store, and there's this guy at the counter with a meat cleaver trying to hold up the place, and the woman at the store was laughing. She was not scared by this guy with the meat cleaver at all. She turned around, she had her thumb out, pointing at him and just laughing. Like she was not scared. Because knives are not scary. He was holding up the place with a meat cleaver, Ricky. It was hysterical. And that just makes me think like, are knives even really that scary? Like a meat cleaver is like the biggest
Mm,
knife you can have. Like it's like the biggest thing you can easily buy. And the store clerk was still not scared. So maybe knives aren't even that scary. So I don't
yeah.
understand what it is like Idris Elba is speaking out against knife violence. I think he has like a whole organization against knife violence. And I'm just like, why don't y'all just move? Like knives are not even scary. Maybe that's just
Yeah.
an American perspective because we got guns here. And in other places where they don't have guns, maybe knives are scary. Let us know in the comments. Am I way off here? Are knives actually like really scary? I don't know, man. I don't think I'm like if someone tried to mug me with like a pocket knife or something, I think I'm just running. Versus a gun, like you can't outrun a gun. But you can outrun a
Yeah.
knife because a knife can only move as fast as the person that's holding it. So if I just start taking off, zoom, I'm Usain Bolt out of there. And then he can't hurt me. This person, this assailant, can't hurt me as soon as I get away. Like, as soon as I start running, unless they're fast. Because I'm pretty fast. So, unless they're fast, and then, like, fast enough for me not to get help before they catch up to me, then I'm good. If I can just get
Yep.
to help, like, help, this guy's trying to hold me up with a knife, I don't know, then I'm fine. Like, I just, versus a gun, like, if you have a gun, you can control a lot of people with a gun. Like, you can easily control them. They'll more likely, um, surrender to your wishes if you're holding a gun to them because their chances of escaping unharmed from a situation involving a gun is much lower. Guns are scary. A knife? Idris Elba's out here scared of knife violence. I just can't wrap my mind around it. How y'all getting stabbed? All right, here's my message, my final message for this segment. It's all of our British listeners out there, or like Australian or wherever there's knife violence and there's not guns. Y'all just move. You do a little side step. Like you can fully dodge someone swinging a knife at you. I really believe that. And you can just dodge, especially after the first one. Like you can sneak up on someone with the first one, but how you cannot
Yep.
get stabbed again. Come on, dodge it on the second one.
Yes.
You can do this. All right. What do you think about this, Ricky?
Well, I just think what I'm thinking of is like, you know, try to get a knife away from the guy. Take his knife.
Take the knife.
I do, yeah, like I just like just kick the knife out of his hands.
You can really just snatch it. Unlike a gun, because a gun you try to snatch it, you might get shot. But a
Yeah,
knife, yeah, you might get a little bit cut from trying to take it, but you'll probably be fine.
yeah.
Like, just take it. Snatch the
And
knife.
then you do like a, and then you do like an Uno reverse, and they rob the munger.
You mug the mugger, and I'll tell you what you do is they try to take off. Unhook their knee. They'll fall to the ground. You
Yes,
just kick the back of their knee. They'll fall
yes,
down. And then you have the knife, the money, and you've injured the mugger. And
yeah.
then you take
I,
off.
there, problem solved. We
Problem
just
solved.
solved two problems.
We solved the whole thing. Idris Elba can stop
You
now.
did.
We've really wrapped this up. The whole issue of knife violence in England. That's it. You
It
just
is done.
stop being scared of knives. It's fine. The whole thing is ridiculous.
I know.
And that concludes our show for today. Take it with a grain of sand. Thank you for listening. And remember
To
to.
take it with a grain of sand.
Yeah, that.